Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Final Fantasy 13 100% run. I swear these intros get a bit longer every single time we do them, but we're after getting a nice few spark plugs here from Hope, and yeah, we're just currently ascending Tenjin's tower, getting a nice preemptive, and we'll just show off the fact that what's really important is you need to just, for these regular mobs, be in an offensively ready paradigm, because we just missed a huge bonus of the preemptive strike by the fact that we weren't just in double Ravager commando, and we didn't just fire off a massive Thundaga to stagger everybody all at once. So, lessons learned and problems identified. Vinial has faith though, so you know, was not all for naught. But these particular guys, realistically, I'm just going to even show you with Smart Bomb here. You can just literally have two Ravengers absolutely demolish it with elemental attacks and high stagger gains. So the only problem with them is that they're just really strong in the numbers that they are. But if you just use Ra spells, so Watera, Aurora, you'd be doing enough AoE damage consecutively to bring them all to stagger, and once they're staggered, they're useless. So we're just running up the owl stairs now, collecting a new weapon for Hope, which is useless. This one is literally useless. Stifled magic reduces magic damage dealt to enemies. Why do we want it? I don't know. So madness. It gives a boost to strength, but that is not what we want, you know? Moving along through the Crystarium, again, when we're getting to even the more higher up we move through these secondary Crystariums, the more and more expensive they become, and the more of a sinkhole we just end up throwing thousands and tens of thousands of experience points into these nodes that are marginal. I mean, we're getting 5 extra strength, we're getting 20 extra HP, but we're getting useful abilities, and we're getting the chance to, I suppose, you see, with multiple saboteurs, let's say, your primary saboteur is getting extra bonuses to their chance to inflict debuffs and stuff. So, gradually it's all building up there, which is great. We finally get to our little friend, and we get to move the tower like it's a Rubik's Cube. You spin my head right round, right round. I think if I sing it, I don't get copywritten, right? But now we can ascend much higher. Now that we've connected way more of the tiers together and made the straight line up, we now can get out this way, and we're able to get to the 4th tier. So we'll skedaddle over there and get that chest, and then we're going to nip over to this elevator stand, pull the elevator further up towards us, which is great. And then we can move on up to the 4th tier. And it obviously took way longer to just sit through all these animations, sit through it going up and down. It just was a lot to kind of just watch all these at normal speed. And collecting more glass orbs and other accessories. Winning some of our fights here. And further up we go to the 5th tier now. This is one of the rare ones where the outside ring has a certain amount, and then we need to use the inside one to get to the actual 5th tier, where we need to do. And here is where I'm going to highlight to everybody. This particular seat stone, even though it's like not strictly speaking a seat stone. This one, the fatal sting, the potent sting, I should say. My name was cooler. But anyway, this one gives you moon blossom seeds. The first time you beat it, you get 6. But every subsequent time you beat it, you get 1. Moon blossom seeds sell for 6,000 gil. You also get 6,000 experience for beating it. Very well balanced. And you literally accept the quest there, and you fight the enemies here. Very quick to repeat. And unlike, let's say, the behemoth fight and things like that, there's no getting through the fight and hoping you get the drop. It's you do the fight, you get the drop, you run back, you reset the fight, you do it again. So it's really, really powerful, this little loop. And as I say, since we have the R&D depot, the main thing that you're able to do is you're able to basically battle this 10 times to get 60,000 gil. You spend 50,000 of that gil on the item that costs 50,000 in the R&R depot. I believe it's like a subparticle accelerator or something that it's worth 50,000 anyway. It's mad money. And then you spend the other 10,000 on getting 99 sturdy bones, 99, organic materials that you can reset whatever you're upgrading to 3 stars afterwards. But honestly, if you buy one of the 50,000 items, you're going to be getting 20 to 30. You're going to be maxing out tier 1 weapons, literally. It's just so much experience. And I mean, you spend an hour here, 2 hours here, 3 hours here. It's a well worth the time investment at the moment for this point in the game where you're stuck. So the only issue being, at this exact point in the game, once you get the mission complete, you can't retry these missions until we complete the rest of chapter 11. So this is locked out of us until we get to the end result, which is the end of this chapter, where we do get a Crystarium expansion. You can see here I was like, can I not just retry? But what's handy is we get the Crystarium expansion at the end of chapter 11, and I've been harping on this the entire time we've been talking about it recently. But we get the chance to decide, are we going to move on to chapter 12 or not? And if we choose or not, we can just teleport our way down, get back to here, do that little loop a couple of times, go back down to the elevator, access the R&D depot. Sorry, oh my god. What am I like? But if you look at this, Moon Blossom Seeds, we got 6, so 36,000 in the bank now. And what's also handy about that is you can look up the type of item, the transformation catalyst, and you can actually buy them from here. So for example, 10 goes of it, you get the Minar Shard as well, which is used for upgrading Lightning's weapons and stuff. So here we are, we actually had enough off the bat to just upgrade Hope's weapon. So the Hawkeye gets to become the Eagle Talon. And again, it drops a bit in its strength at the moment, but obviously when you level it up to max, it's going to skyrocket past the 199, there we go. Just getting up to 24, and you've already surpassed what it was previously. So again, we've magic now nearly up into the 1400s, and again, just dropping off a bit more of our crystal points into the Crystarium. We've kind of gotten everything in our main roles. This is literally just tidying up the extra roles just to have more varieties in our paradigms. But again, because these missions can't be repeated, we are just a slave to the little orange dot at the moment. We must make it to the little orange dot wherever it leads us. And we're currently skedaddling our way up to the 6th tier and beyond. But when you think about it, the game is actually quite balanced in that this is kind of forcing you to do seath missions. It's forcing you to kind of go up and down, and obviously when you're on one floor and moving down to another, you're going to reset the encounters. You're getting chances to upgrade your weapons and stuff, like getting really good money making drops now at this point, so you were able to get a big boost to your weapons if you weren't upgrading them. And I think the weapon upgrading is really the sleeper agent. It's the pendulum that swings this from, okay, if you're doing less on a sphere grid situation, oh god, sphere grid, do you hear me? Sphere grid? The Crystarium, I mean. If you're doing your work on the Crystarium, brilliant. The game will be challenging, but not too challenging. But if you end up doing weapon upgrading, it can literally make it so much easier, which is obviously really good. And with that realignment, we now have the ability to go even further up, which is great. But again, we're keeping an eye on that orange the whole time. And we just need to basically move in and over to this little area, pick up a new weapon for Snow, run past the upgrade section, and here we are, the mark for this evening. Now this guy is actually really tough. His whole thing is he puts up a barrier and he casts tons of second tier spells. So you want shell on everybody. And at the very least, once we target the right person, we're going to have faith and bravery on lightning as well. And we'll just throw up protect so all our stuff gets refreshed. And now we're just going to keep spamming it to break the shield. But once the shield is broken, you're going to want to send in a Ravager, or send in a Commando, because it has such high defense against magic. But look, it's doing like 36,000 damage with physical. And we're just trying to refresh lightning's power there. And game over. Wasn't so bad, no. 5 stars, very good. Don't have to do that one again. That's literally what I'm thinking. I'm just like, okay, if you're following along with the series, great. I maybe don't have to show that one. Or at the very least, no, I'll probably just redo them again. Or I can at least say, see part whatever for where the 5-star was. I don't know what the best thing to do is on regards to that. Let me know in the comments. Do you think, no, just do like a tidy up of what other ones you're missing the 5 stars for? We've seen how the 5-star went with the other ones. I just want to make sure I'm giving like the best guidance in the guides that I'm doing. The FalCie reappears.
Not much we can do, huh? Come on.
So it's frozen the statue we needed to press to move forward. Absolutely typical. But anyway, we press on. We keep our eye on that prize, which is the little orange.
Something useful here. Might have bitten off more than we can chew here.
So just skedaddle back. Go back to where the orange marker is telling us. Fix what has been broken. And realign the tower. We need to basically get to the apex of the tower to basically get over it at that point. But Hope is proving our little magical powerhouse. Doing all of the damage, which is always nice. Now these little guys are a bit of a nightmare. We're going to just use AoE as much as possible. So let's just get our shells up. And get our attack buffs. Come on, lightning, please. Lightning, come on. And we're just going to get rid of all these debuffs. Everything's a bit chaotic. But basically, between lightning and Vanille, they're going to just do good damage. And Hope's going to just get rid of all these negative statuses. And boost us up with a huge cure. Come on, Cura, Cura, Cura. Come on, come on, come on. Quick, quick, quick. And like, this is literally those situations where these types of paradigms are good. You can kind of keep healthy while keep the pressure on offensive wise. But again, Hope avoiding the knockback like an absolute king. Like, he literally did not get lifted up off the ground. Not our finest showing. Not our finest showing at all. Decent star wise, but I mean, it could have been an awful lot smoother. And now that we've kind of helped all of the Stone Guardians at this point, they're able to, their powers combined, unfreeze, melt the ice. And like with everything in this silly tower, you're like, oh great, so where I went from, I now have to run back to. That's great. We love that for us. We needed to make sure we were getting our cardio in. You know, that's fine. And I wouldn't mind, except it's literally like down the stairs, over this, through that, and I can never avoid these little wandering robot guys. But this is basically the tower finished. Like, it really is. There's not much more left to do here, really. We just have to watch another little cutscene. And then we will continue on with the next episode, where we finish out the tower and we get to look over its apex and see the city of Oerba, where Fang and Vanille once called home all those years ago before the War of Transgression. But like, when you think of it, like 24,000 to get 30 more HP, it's actually mad. And I'm just like shimmying up, being like, what is the like latest ability she gets here? Death Ward isn't bad in fairness, but like, you're looking along being like 24,000, really? Each one just goes up by 24,000. Oh my god, so much money, so expensive. But yeah, after this cutscene, we're going to cut to our credits. So thanks for watching, leave a comment, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
Saved us again.
Yeah. You want to help us?
Let's just count our blessings. The way's clear.
Right.